everyone. Welcome to Cocktails and Convos with the Aunties, the only show where you can come hang out with the Aunties for 4 quarters of fun while drinking some cocktails or mocktails. Each week, we'll pick out a drink recipe to share with you guys, and we'll discuss CU news, the nephews, and more. I'm your host, Nisha, and this week I have Auntie Katie and Auntie Kay hanging out with me. Hey, ladies, how you feeling today?
Hi.
Good. It's early, but great.
Good.
Yeah, that's really early for you on the West Coast.
Yes.
But this is our first episode of the year, so Happy New Year, Happy 25.
Happy New Year. Excited.
Happy New Year.
Are y'all sipping on anything today? Any mocktails, cocktails?
I have a nice black coffee. There's a lot of snow here in Colorado and it's freezing. So hot coffee is where it's at.
Good old water for me because it's 9 a.m. So I couldn't do the mimosas yet because it's still early for me, but agua will be great.
What about you, Auntie K? It's
Water.
Happy hour somewhere.
Yes, maybe later. Maybe brunch. Maybe brunch later today.
Get a little mimosa,
Yes.
Well, I was still recovering from a cold on my antibiotics. I did a mocktail. I got a little Shirley Temple, little grenadine, lemon juice, and ginger ale. They say you can garnish it with cherries, but I'm not really it. So, no cherries for me. So we've been trying to do this episode for a couple of weeks, but it's really hard trying to get all of us together, but everybody's schedule aligning. But shout out to Auntie Kia and Auntie T. They couldn't make it today. Auntie Carly's here, as always, in the background. So make sure y'all show her some love in the chat. Recap over the season. Just highlighting and picking out some of our favorite moments from the games. So everybody's ready. Go to quarter one. So for the first quarter, we're going to recap from the first 6 games. That was North Dakota State, Nebraska, Colorado State, Baylor, UCF, and Kansas State. So let's go with you, Auntie Katie. What were some of your moments that you picked from the first 6 games?
So I just have to start out with talking about the North Dakota State game. That's where I met so many of you in person. And it really set the tone for community. And that's been the biggest part of this season for me. All of the people that I've met, and obviously all of the aunties. There were people from all over the country. I think at that first game, we were at the DNVR tailgate and got to meet RK in person and Jake in person. And then all of us, admin on the aunties. And then, there were people from Texas and Alaska, and it was just a very, very good vibe. So that just set the tone for a lot of positive energy. Another big highlight was LaJonte Wester's catch at the Baylor game. Obviously, that was so exciting and just good energy. I think I'm highlighting all the good energies for the first 6 games. And then the other one that just made me laugh out loud, and I look at it often, is the dog catcher tailgate celebration that Travis did. And I'm pretty sure that was at the Baylor game, but when he crawled on the ground like a dog, it was hilarious and just brought me so much joy. So yeah, those are some highlights.
Yeah, that was funny. That was one of the celebration dances he had worked on with what's his name, Kai Sinat, I think.
Yeah.
When he did the dog crawl or whatever celebration, and they was acting like they was pulling him back. Yeah, that was. And then of course social media had an uproar about it, but let them celebrate.
I didn't see that. I didn't know they had other.
Yeah, someone was like, yeah.
Oh, okay.
You know how CU was always under the lights, and people always gonna find something negative to try to point out. But it was like it's just a celebration dance. Like
yeah, it was so fun. It was so fun.
Yeah. Okay.
I think he actually made a clip. We might see that later in the celebration video. What about you, Auntie K? What'd you go with?
Let's see. On mine, I picked. Actually, I kind of remember all of them, so I'm trying to jog my memory. But the first game, like Katie said, was great because we all got to get together. If you guys know our story, you know, so it was the first time that most of us got to get together. We was at the tailgate party. It was really exciting. We had our little visors on, so that was great. It was a great vibe. First time really seeing a football. That was the second time I seen a football in person. But it was the first time I was at Boulder for a game. I did go to some other things, but for the game. So that was great. And the thing I remember about that game mostly was two things. One, we had our visors on. So, you know, it was really cool and everybody wanted to get one. Some people wanted to get one and we just was really excited. And it was, I think it was a Travis Hunter catch when he was being held and, you know, kind of choked a little bit and he caught that ball on the side. I think that was his game on that one. So I remember because it happened towards our end zone where we were sitting at, and we were kind of like, did he catch it? Did he not catch it? And then to see it on the screen, it was exciting. So that was really cool. The Nebraska game, let's just throw that away. I think we got to see all our emotions. We were kind of shocked. And, you know, that was like the first time we kind of impromptu halftime show. So it was kind of like, we didn't know what to expect. So we could kind of throw that away. But I think that was an interesting game as far as our emotions and how it showed that we were so involved into it, you know, so that was kind of cool. The Baylor game, which is
I think that was necessary.
You said what, Keith?
Which game?
The Baylor.
So I think that was kind of necessary too, because like we got to see, like that was our first loss, so we got to see what we needed to work on, and then we got to see how the nephews bounced back from the adversity of losing. Right. You know, like are they gonna stick together or was he gonna fall apart? You know, so and it was good that it happened early on in the season versus, you know, later on. So it had its pros and cons. But yeah, we can throw the away.
Came back, yeah, and I think it was. We were really worried. It was kind of like a shock. Everybody was like, "What just happened?" You know, which makes me refer back to when we talk later about the bowl game a little bit. If we talk on that, those to me are like similar. Like, what
just happened?
What happened? Who's the team? So. And then Baylor was my favorite game. It was so excited. I think, you know, me and you were there, Nisha. I had so much fun. That was the first time I was in the rain ever at a game. I would have never thought I was that excited to come to a game and be in the rain. I mean, it was just, it was fun. It was fun. So those are like my top three on that. You know, there's a little bit from every game. The Colorado State, I just want the catch that Travis did, the interception when he was running with the other player, and they looked like they were, if I would have had time, I'd have sent the clip, like they were identical. And he just caught that with grace and ran it back. I love that part. I think that was a standout moment for me as well. So definitely those are top 6 of those ones that I remember. That's my top 6.
Katie, you went to you were at the Kansas State game, right? You were at Kansas State game, right?
I was at that one,
Katie.
Mm-hmm.
So
I was at that one.
How was
but
it
we lost
when,
that game?
When to like for Dylan to come back? Yeah, but how was it just like with Dylan coming back, and like how was the crowd? Were they like showing love to Dylan or?
Yeah, so that game was actually really special for me because there were a ton of friends from out of town that I went to school with there. So a lot of people in our class were there, and we were right on we were able to go to like a Buff Club's tailgate, and people were so excited. And it was the first time that a few of my friends had come to the game since Prime had been there. And all we kept talking about is how good the energy felt. And so even though it was a loss that game, Kansas State was such a huge team, and having Dylan Edwards back there was sort of like, what's going to happen? What's this going to feel like? And even though we lost, the energy was really good. And it had a lot to do with the people I was with, because we haven't felt that. Like, it's just sort of been like a kind of really blank energy for, before Prime came, and it felt really good. So that just was my takeaway from that game.
Yeah, I forgot about that. I meant to ask, but then after she did her games, that reminded me. So I just had to go back, because I wasn't at Kansas State, but I just was wondering how the crowd was, because everybody loved Dylan, and then everybody was sad to see Dylan go, but we understood. So we're like, we still support you. So I just wanted, hopefully the fans still showed love to him when he came.
I forgot to mention what about the UCF, sorry. I'm thinking UCF game, correct? That's in the top 6. That was a fun game, and you were there, Nisha, right? That was one game I wish I would have attended. It looked like it was so much fun. Yeah, they absolutely balled out, and everything was going good. I was hoping to see that at the bowl game, like a style playing like that, but that looked good.
Yeah, that game was fun. So like you guys said, well, I didn't make it to any games last year. I was busy with work a lot. So this season was like, I was making up for that. Like, I didn't go into as many games as I could. So like, I picked North Dakota State too, because I was like, some of us went out for like the spring game, but like that was the first game that a lot of us was able to go to. So, getting to hang out with all of us, and like, but like that was I brought my niece out. That was her first like college game experience. That was my first Boulder experience. So it was fun, like experiencing the Buff Stampede the Friday night, and getting to see like all the nephews and the coaches and stuff, and Miss Peggy, like that, the pep rally, that part was fun. And then the DNVR tailgate the next day, because we got to meet Jake and RK and all of them. And then we got to meet a lot of aunties from the fan club. It was a lot, Texas, California. I think it was some people from Florida. Like, we got to meet quite a few before we walked over to the game. So that was fun. And then like the game atmosphere was like, I didn't really know what to expect, but I think it exceeded my, like, the games always look lit on TV, when we're watching it, but to be there in person and experience it, it was just like a different level. So I liked that about North Dakota State. We also got to meet Chico and Rob Demand. Like, we had saw them on social media, but that was like our first time seeing them in person. Jaylon, we got to see him start for the first time as a freshman. Travis and Jimmy, of course, they scored, did what they normally do. But those was like my memorable moments from North Dakota State. I didn't go to Colorado State, but they was doing a lot of talking last year. And then they was steady talking going into this year. So I was happy to see, like, and then Travis had got hurt, so he didn't really get to finish the game. So I was happy to see, him healthy and able to play the whole game and kind of get his like redemption game. Like, they all stood on business. I think he had like 2 touchdowns that game and an interception that you had mentioned, Gay, when he was like in sync with the other receiver and grabbed the ball. That was good to see. And then Preston had an interception. And actually that happened right after the Colorado State quarterback tried to mock him, saying that Trav was too little. So then in the next play, he intercepted his ball.
That's what made
like,
it.
The crowd was just
going exactly.
Yeah.
I like a little snack out on the field. I like it. For sure.
Yeah. Yes. Like, I don't know why y'all want to poke the bear, but go ahead. It never works out for y'all. I also had picked Baylor. That was the homecoming game, and we got to meet Uncle Neely, so that was really cool. Me and Kay got to meet Uncle definitely at the tailgate.
Yeah.
We did get drenched, but it was worth it.
Yep.
We was down. Like that game was kind of back and forth. Like we was down a little bit. We came back after halftime, and then like that catch, that Hail Mary by LaJohntay with the 2-second mark happened like right by us. We was down there by that end zone when that happened. So we was like, oh my God, that just happened. Like K's up dancing on the bleacher. I'm like, go on, it's wet. You know. So
It was
that's the
super
highlight
fun.
for me from there.
Super fun.
No, it was worth getting drenched, you know, and we had on white. I think that was the white game. So like,
Yeah. And I think it was kind of like I
like in
felt
our
feeling at that time too, like you said, it was so fun that if we would have lost, I would have been happy because they fought out there. Not that I would have been happy that they lost, but I felt like they went down fighting to the minute, you know, to the seconds.
Yeah,
Right?
they were
Apparently,
resilient.
they went down fighting. So it was a
They
good
didn't give up.
game.
They just kept going.
Yeah, it was good game.
Yeah,
Good game.
and I think that's what I was excited about too. That they did it. So. But I mean, I wasn't really because of it reminded me of the Colorado State game because that's what happened with them. They was like to the last minute. Shador did the last that long touchdown, and we ended up going into overtime or whatever. So I wasn't really like too nervous, but we go back. We have seen them do that play plenty of times on Well Off. Like when people,
really go,
them practicing that throw or whatever. So it was just really awesome to see that he ended up having the ball at the end because so many people thought it hit the ground first. So I was happy for them. And then my last game was UCF because I did go to that one. And that's my first time being in Orlando. I got drenched 2 weeks in a row because that was when the hurricane was going on. That get laid like an hour. And but it was fun. That was our first time doing like the Buff Smash. So we got to meet a lot of CU people there. We got to meet Auntie Cookie from Florida. But like the actual game experience was cool. Like I forget what they call it. Because they jump up and down and you really did get to experience that and see it. And I just remember like all the fans, you know, talking overrated at Shador and Trav. And then like I think like on the third play, Shador had threw an interception and they was like going like crazy, you know, and then they got the ball back, and then Preston got an interception on their quarterback. So I knew then it was gonna be like a good game, going back and forth, you know. So that was a lot of fun.
Oh, and that's when Travis hit the Heisman for the first time. Remember that on that game?
Oh yeah, that is the first time he hit the Heisman.
Yep. Yeah, it was exciting.
You're right. I think we'll see that later too. That Camp had got his pick 6, so I was excited for him.
Oh yeah,
like he had got a pick 6 again.
Yeah. A lot of great moments. A lot of great.
I think we're ready for a second. Yeah. So second quarter, we're gonna recap the last 6 games of the season. So that's Arizona, Cincinnati, Texas Tech, Utah, Kansas, and Oklahoma State. So you wanna go again, Katie? Who were your picks?
Yeah. There were 2 big ones for me. The Utah game where Charlie Offerdahl got his first touchdown. That was so huge. And I was so happy for him. And I forget which game it was, but it was kind of in the beginning of the season where he had, I don't know, people were giving him a hard time and he, you know, maybe didn't have a good play or something. And so to see that happen for him was just a really big deal. And to see all of the nephews so excited for him, like on the recap videos, you could really tell that it wasn't just him making the touchdown. It was like the whole team was excited for him. So I loved that. And then actually the Cincinnati night game, that was just a really special game for me. I was able to bring my dad. My dad's like the whole reason that I was able to go to CU back in the day. He really helped me make that happen. And he's a huge Notre Dame fan. And Notre Dame has been like our culture growing up. And to be able to bring my dad to CU and sort of create this CU culture for my family and my young boys was really special. And then this has nothing to do with the Cincinnati game either, but my youngest son had a huge Juju poster. So it was from Laura Levy. And during the whole game, because Juju was at that game, and I think Curdy Smith was at that game too, there were students in the stadium that were holding up like Juju, we want Juju posters. And then you had my little 10-year-old holding up like a welcome to Boulder Juju poster, and a few different people recycled it on social media. So it was just like a really, really fun energy. Yeah, I loved it. It was cool.
That's cool. Your dad is in Colorado? Katie, we don't need Pops.
No, Pops lives in Chicago.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm from Chicago, but the whole reason I was, came out here, moved out here is Pops really helped me make it happen. So it was cool to bring him back to that game. Yeah.
All right.
I remember that. I think that's when DNVR had planned like that special event, like to try to have like the border people outside the CU, like when Juju came, like to try to show him like love.
Yeah, that was in June, actually. So that was during one of his visits, and a whole bunch of them visited in June, which also my son was holding up the poster, and Laura Levy, that's when she gave it to us. So he wanted to bring it back to the Cincinnati game when he heard that Juju was coming back for a visit. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that was dope. What about you, Auntie?
Let's see. On my list, what I remember was the Arizona game. When I went to Arizona, I think I was the only auntie there. Well, I wasn't, but thought I was going to be. But thank God that the fans are, catching on. But I went to that game, and what things I remember about that game, it was very interesting because as far as in the stands, there were haters in the stand, and I don't condone violence, but I almost took my earrings off, because there was one guy really hating on us and talking smack and things like that. But I can tell you this, by the third quarter, he was gone. He just exit left and had to leave, and everybody around us was kind of cracking jokes about that. So it was good. It was also a time that I remember in the stand, there was a couple there, and they were from Boulder. They were from Boulder, Katie, and they were big Boulder fans, but their daughter was going to Arizona. Their daughters going to Arizona, so they were trying to, like, hey, I'm here to support my daughter, but I'm on the Colorado side with the Arizona jersey on. So they were kind of complex, and they were trying to do both. And by the third quarter, their daughter texted them and said, please leave now, leave now. So they had to leave because their daughter said it was so embarrassing for them to be there, and they were losing. So they had to leave, but they were really great. And I hope I run back into them. I wish I remember their names, but they were such fun people, which also embodies the people in Boulder, just friendly, nice, and just fun. So that's what I got to experience of that. And then as far as the games, I think I remember, I think Shiloh was playing in that game, if I'm not mistaken. And I think it was one of the games he came. Yeah, it was one of the games he came back to. Remember, because the game before that, he didn't have such a great game. And so on the first play, I believe on defense, I think he blitzed. So that was he was really strong, and I kind of remember that. So that was a great point. And then I think that's also the game that Colton had the interception. Was it his first? I think it was his first interception that he had, and he was running down that sideline, and like a bear jumped on his back. He almost was there. So it would have been happy to see him get that pick six, and I think he did it one more time. But we got to hope he gets in the end zone this season. So that was pretty exciting for me on that game. Let's see what else. Texas Tech, yeah. The tortilla, that was just, in itself kind of crazy. I never seen nothing like that. I did like the fact that Shador signed a tortilla and it was posted. So I thought that was pretty cool. But that game was kind of, shout out to Shiloh there again, picking up that ball and just making it easy for them to kind of not have to come back. That was cool. The Utah game, when we were all there singing happy birthday to Miss Peggy, right? That was really special. I think I cried that game. It had some tears. It was really a great moment. But it was a great moment for us. It was like one of the fun games that we had. Got to meet some people like Mama T and Rick George. So that was kind of exciting. And as far as the club, it was really great for the club. So a lot of women tailgate party, our first meetup as far as official. So that was exciting. That's going to be always a good game close to the heart as well. And then the Kansas State game, oh man, that's like Nebraska. We're gonna kind of throw that one away. I don't know what was going on tackling that day, but it was hard. It was hard, nephews. Y'all made it hard. You made it hard for your aunties. It was a very hard game to watch. It is what it is. That's all about it, any given Saturday. Any given Saturday. So that was that.
It could happen to any of us. Well, any team. But yeah, that Kansas game, we throw that one away too. It was like, what happened? That was, if we would have secured that game, that was like, I think the game that was like solidified or locked in our spot or whatever. And since
the Big 12 championship,
then that's was just kind of
ready.
Yeah.
Good times, good memories.
I did pick the Cincinnati game. I wasn't there, but I picked it because that win at that game clinched our bowl eligibility. So it was happy to see like them celebrating and them calling Miss Peggy and telling her that she was going bowling and just seeing all the nephews excited and celebrating, doing the bowling and the dancing and stuff. Like it's just been a different energy this year than last year. And like with vibes and all of that. So it was just good to see, just to see that kind of stuff. I did pick Utah because we were at that game. And I feel like that was one of our like real dominating games. Like everybody came out collectively, like we started fast. Offense was clicking, defense was clicking. And as you said, we got to meet 80 Rick George. We also got to meet Chad Ochocinco. We got a picture with him, so that was fun. We got to meet a lot of fans in the stands and supporters and stuff like that. I think we made it on the big screen a couple times, so that was fun.
2 hour time. Katie, no, I can say that, huh? Katie was. You guys gotta watch Katie. Katie's a pretty bold woman. She's pretty bold.
Shout out to the security guard because he saw her. He was letting her slide. He's like, all right,
yes, huge shout out to that security guard.
Katie's pretty bold.
Super cool. Yeah. What else was it? That was a special moment with the whole stadium singing happy birthday to Miss Peggy. Like, I think everybody had a tearjerker moment with that. That was really awesome to see. But as far as the game goes, that was the game Charlie got his first touchdown. LaJohntay had that 76-yard punt return touchdown. That was really good. Like, I'm like, how is he winded still? Like, but like the defense, like that, Travis, Nakai, and DJ had all had interceptions that game. We had like everybody was just turned up. We had 3 rushing touchdowns, 3 passing touchdowns. So like Utah was just a good time. I liked it that game. And it was like kind of closer towards the end. And then I also picked Oklahoma State. That was senior night. I forfeited my Thanksgiving to go out. And I ate a little bit and then I caught a flight. So it was half. But I just felt like that was gonna be like another good game, like seeing the seniors off or whatever. And it was kind of bittersweet, like because a lot of us that have been following them from even like Truth to Trinity to Jackson State, like seeing Cam and the JSU players like the state last year, you know, and then with Shiloh and Shador, like it was just a surreal moment. But I think they sent them off how they were supposed to send them off. It was 52-0 that game. That was another dominating game for us. Like, let me see. Oh, the auntie meetup, that was fun at Pedro's. Like, we got to meet a lot of the aunties. We met some aunties from South Carolina, from Texas, Florida. Then we met some other ones that didn't make it to the dinner the next day, like at the game. And they were from some other surroundings, I think Georgia. But that was really fun. You know, that was another game that a lot of us was able to attend, as far as like the admins or whatever. I had brought my best friend out to that game, so that was her first time getting to experience college football. Enjoyed it, so that's what I liked about it. Oh, and then that was Auntie T's birthday, and we ended up going to Denver, and so we got to experience Denver a little bit. And
okay.
I definitely recommend we put that on the list
Right,
next time.
We after hang out a little bit. You guys even went to the after, but yeah, that's right. It was.
Yeah, that was after. Oh yeah, we went to Rosetta Hall. That was a good time too. Like we had fun on the rooftop with DJ Fedora, and then later on.
Yeah.
Anybody else have any last minute moments?
I mean, there are a lot, but it was a fun season. I can tell you that. And I'm so happy and proud of the guys and just happy along the journey that we met and we done, and the people and the fans. It was great. I tell you what, Baylor had some great fans. They were very friendly. I remember that.
Oh, yeah.
You know, they were when you met their fans and they were in Boulder, everyone was so friendly. So I've all experienced all good fans for me, except for Arizona. When I went to the games I was at.
Oh yeah.
Going on there, but
I would say North Dakota State fans were good sports.
Oregon? You said Oregon?
No, I said no, North Dakota State.
Oh,
they were good sports about it too. Like I had some North Dakota State people sitting around me, and they weren't. You know how some people can talk trash and all of that, but they was like, and some of our friends like, dang, I knew about Travis, but that Jimmy guy and that guy over there, he's really fast too. You know, like so. It was fun. Like they were sore losers about it. They were shaking our hands like good game afterwards, and we saw some at Aunties, and you know they were really cool. They was hanging out with the Boulder people, like a lot of love. It wasn't like how some of the stuff you see like on TV with the crowds and the fans. So I agree.
Do you remember the lady? I think the one lady what we met at and she said her daughters were not fans of CU, but she was a North Dakota State person, and she called her daughters and was bragging on the phone. It was so fun.
That was fun. All right. Let's go on to halftime.
Yay.
So usually at halftime we play a game, but instead of playing a game, we thought it would be fun to do our own like Aunties Awards. So we posted 6 questions in our private CU Aunties Women's Fan Club page on Facebook, and we let all the aunties vote. And so we're gonna we'll go through the questions that were picked, and we'll announce the top 2 picks for each question. So which nephews have the best smile? And the top 2 nephews picked was Shiloh and Cash. Now we have to agree with them. Oh
no. One of your best assets is your smile.
Yes.
All right. Question number 2. Which nephews are the Question number 2, which nephews are the best impersonators? And drum roll, the people who picked Shiloh and Cam. They do Cam. What, that's what the guys picked.
Cam does good with he does Coach Prime good. I was surprised. I would honorary mention Caleb. I think Caleb does good too.
Okay. Yeah.
And JB, but yeah, that's what the Aunties rolled with. So that's what we going with.
That's the people choice.
Right.
So for number 3, the CU Aunties Women's Fan Club voted which nephews should be freshmen of the season. And the vote from the club was Jordan and Cash. Yes.
All Americans.
I agree.
All right, next. Which nephews always look serious? So Charlie was number 1, and then Tyler Brown and BJ Green was tied for 2. So
good picks.
That's who they picked for that question. Next.
All right, number 5, and from our fan club, which nephews are the funniest? And they picked Travis and Ben. I agree. They are.
Ben is hilarious. Travis is too.
I think we see Travis. I think we see Travis being funny a lot, but Ben's got if you watch on the videos or he's hilarious.
Good pick.
He is.
Is this number 6 here?
Yes.
Which nephews could win best dressed? So the fan club picked Shador and LeJontay.
I agree.
Those are good picks.
I mean, everybody can dress good, but LeJontay be popping out colors.
Mm-hmm. I would honorary mention Jimmy and Preston, but Preston don't really be on well off a live dress. You have to kind of follow his page more to see him. But that's who they picked. So those are the nephews from the Auntie Awards from the Women's Fan Club. So have you guys been watching Coach Prime's show? I Got Time Today with Roxy. It comes on Tuesdays. Have you guys seen any episodes?
I haven't had time in a while, so I have to catch up. I'm sorry, Coach. I haven't had time.
Quite busy.
Yeah.
Well, when you get some time, I recommend you go check them out. That is the show that you didn't know that you needed. It's Coach. It's just good to see Coach Prime and his own element. He's still Coach Prime. You know what I mean? But you get to kind of see him more personable. With different people, and talking about different things. And as you watch the show and you see some of the guests, things will pop out to you from being at the game and seeing them oh, that's why they was there. You never know who you're gonna see on the sidelines anyway. But a lot of the guests were actually at the games too. When we was at wasn't that Utah and we saw Leslie, the comedian.
Yes.
So we was all wondering, she football? She in the football? Maybe she just go Coach Prime. And then ended up watching the episode and she was on the show. I was like, oh, okay.
You need to hit us up, Leslie. You need to hit us up so you can become an honorary auntie officially. Come on, hit us up.
She supported that. She took a picture.
Yes,
she was she shot a good time. So who knows? How about Coach Prime season 3? Have you guys watched that?
Yes, I did watch that.
Yeah,
got to take the episode. It's pretty cool. Tyler's story was remarkable. Seeing Jimmy more personal, and what he's going through was great. It's cool.
Yeah, Tyler's story, I was really impressed for a young man to come out there and talk honestly about, his mental health challenges and bring that to the surface. And I think in the world of student athletes, there's so much pressure. And it's so different, even more so today, even more so this season. And I think, all of us really carrying them, it's on and off the field, and being able to speak about that. I think I even saw him at an event where he was promoting mental health awareness in the community. So big shout out to him. People can see that, and see that they're going to be okay too. So
very proud of you, young man.
I
Very
agree.
proud of you.
Yeah, that was really good. And like you said, like that happens a lot more than we know, and him coming forward, maybe that gives somebody else, like you said, the strength and encouragement to, do the same thing. And, it's okay. Like nobody's going to like treat, a lot of people look at you differently, or, are they worried about people treating them differently or stuff like that, when they say they have mental things kind of going on, or if they. So I was happy to see that segment too. I had heard about it, but the way they went more into detail about it, it was really good. But you definitely had to have your confused, because the Jimmy segment on episode 3 was like really, really touching. Just to see hear his story. I mean, we've heard about his story a little bit too, but just to kind of see it more in depth and more behind the scenes, and just to know he's dealing with all of that, but he's still, pushing through and just trying to, make it to the next level and stay positive and optimistic about it. It was that was really touching too.
That balance.
It's just, you never know what somebody's going through, and a lot of them, for them to be young kids going through it. I mean, I know they're grooming technically, but you know what I mean?
You're young. It takes a while to find yourself and deal with your emotions and deal with things you've never experienced before. I mean, I think we're all kind of from that. And it's almost one of the principles that we wanted to support, and bring in positivity. There's a lot of negativity out there, and, just life in general, and where these young men come from, and, their family structure and trauma. Anything, a lot of people experience trauma, and how that plays in their life. And football sometimes is an outlet, but it's still life that goes on off the field.
Yeah, I mean,
but it was just also good to see, just. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, this is a subject. I mean, there could be a huge episode on. I mean, this could be the entire podcast. So we can, think about that for a future one. But I really want to praise, obviously, Coach Prime, but also CU for really using the platform, because they have a huge platform. Even the kids who don't even come here, there are so many people watching, and young people watching. It's really impactful, and speaks volumes to what is happening at CU when they talk about these types of subjects, mental health, challenges in personal life. And not that everybody has to do that, but sprinkling it in there, this is real life, guys. So, yeah.
Absolutely. I agree. Well said. Well said.
All things being done that, doesn't get shared, but they try to spin and share all the negative stuff.
Stop it.
So I think it was just good to see a lot of day. He's always said, it's bigger than football. So moving on to third quarter.
What do we have for third quarter?
Well, we got to talk about the bowl game. We got to talk about the Alamo Bowl. I mean, it might not have been the result that we wanted, but it's a lot of things to still be like thankful for. You know, that it happened. How many? What was it? 2016 was the last time you guys had one thing, Katie. So I mean,
Yeah.
even if they didn't get the win, it was just like they made it back to a bowl game.
Oh, okay.
You say yeah? 2016.
Yes, about the bowl. She's on mute. I think she said yes. You're on mute, kid. So ask me this. Were you guys, I mean, when you came into the season, was it just the fact that I just want to get to a bowl game to kind of prove everybody wrong? I mean, I wanted to get, be nice. What was your expectations? I know that was a season, but was it to just get to the bowl game, or did you want them to go all the way? Or were you happy just at getting them to the bowl game? Because I've heard this conversation for a while, in our group chat, like, oh, I'm just so happy they're at the bowl game, or no, I want to go all the way, or, you're content with that. How did you guys feel about that?
I'll go first. Honestly, I was just so happy to get to a bowl game. Like, I know that there was hype and huge expectations. But I always go back to this photo I have of me and my college roommate and our kids and our spouses in the fall of 2022. And it's the two of us so happy. And like, literally there are just empty seats all around us. And so this just getting to a bowl game, and I hate using that word just, but like, that's really, I wasn't expecting a national championship. I was not expecting a Big 12 championship. I was just like, get us to a bowl game. We have, and I also wasn't thinking, oh, we have to be to like the Cotton Bowl or the Orange. Like, I was just thinking a bowl game. Of course, we want to set the bar higher, and the bar is very high now. But I go back to what Coach Prime said in the beginning of the season. We're getting Peggy to a bowl game. Like, that was what he put out there as the benchmark and the goal. And so I honestly was really, really happy. And I can say that truly. So
I agree. I was really happy because to me, it was like, you won't make it to a bowl game. And when we got there and we still had games to play that you knew we were going to win, I was excited. I was very happy. And I was cool with it. Couldn't tell me anything. Got to that bowl game. So
no, I wasn't happy with the performance, but like, we got there.
Well, yeah, that's a whole
nother story.
Might have to put that over there with Nebraska. Throw it all out. Throw it out. But I was happy that we made it for sure. What's next? What we got next?
I kind of expected us to like get a bowl game. Like, if you just follow Coach Prime and you saw like you would bought into the program, I figured they were going to do a bowl game. Now, as the season was going on and we were winning games, then yeah, I was rooting for them to make it to the Big 12. We fell a little short. But it's always next season. I'm excited. They set the standard, and I'm excited to see what our, upcoming season, brings us or whatever. Overall, I feel like, they had a good season, so they shouldn't hold their head down just because we didn't get the outcome that they wanted. At the end of the day, like you said, Katie, everybody wanted to get Miss Peggy to a bowl game, and that was accomplished.
Yeah.
So, moving on, the Hula Bowl game. The 2025 Hula Bowl game was last Saturday in Orlando. We had 6 nephews representing for CU. BJ Green, Chidozie, Shane Cokes, Mark Bissett, Levante Bentley, and Justin Myers. I wasn't able to tune in and watch it. Like, a lot of the links that they were showing wasn't working. It was being shown on CBS Sports. So I didn't get to actually watch the game, but I did see like on the media that Chidozie and Justin were named as standouts by CBS Sports. So it sounds like they had a really good game.
Yeah.
Sounded like BJ had a good game. They said he had a lot of attention from NFL scouts that were there. So, shout out to them. I did see Coach Prime was in attendance. He was being inducted to the Hall of Fame for the hula ball thing. He gave a nice speech. I did see that from a video on Well Off. I don't know how the actual game went.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to see the game either, but I did see some of the highlight. Like you said, I heard about the outstanding player. That's pretty much what I heard about it. I seen, that, but it sounded like they had a good time, and that's what I like. Mm-hmm. Shout out to those players that went.
Yeah. Katie?
Yeah. So, we were talking about the benchmarks and the goals for the season, and obviously getting Peggy to a bowl game. And one of the big points that Prime has made, that CU has made, is, this is bigger than sports. It's bigger than football, and really developing the student athlete. And the hype might be out there for athlete, but hey, we have students. These are people working hard in the classroom. And I think everybody, the staff, the team, the teachers, the counselors, the support staff, and especially the nephews have got to be excited. That for the first time in CU's, I think it's 120-year history, the CU football program had achieved an average GPA of above a 3.0. So that's reaching a huge milestone. And that's since the founding in 1890. It's incredible and something that everybody should be so proud of. That there is a lot of work these young people are putting in. It's incredible.
I mean, could you imagine, doing your paper that has to be done and playing sports and knowing the plays, the books, filling in, dealing with the pressure of everything's up under a microscope and still got to get them to go to school. I mean, I get it. I remember it, but I didn't play professional sports in college either. So it was just trying to juggle life in college. So, and they have to do that and have that expectation of being, great at what you do and having your grades and being, not just being a, young man of standard. We love it. Good job. Kudos, guys. Good job. And a round of applause.
Yeah, I agree. Yes. Give them their flowers.
Yeah.
And you don't see a lot of coaches really emphasize on that. Whether your grades is good or not, they gonna play you if they need you on the field. So to see that Coach Prime stands by that, all of y'all might not make it to the league. So you need to have a foundation. Really, I got a lot of respect for them in the program for that.
Yeah, you made the grades.
Really good. What about 2K? What you got?
What do I have as far as the East? Let me get my notes together. The Shrine Bowl. All right. So the Shrine Bowl is coming up January 30th. Okay. I want you guys to go there. If you're in Texas, that should be a no-brainer. Make it on over there to the Shrine Bowl. We have 6 nephews that are going there. Let's see. We got Shador, Shiloh, Cam, Jimmy, LaJonte, and Will. You'll get to see them play. It is tickets are still available, and you should go and make sure you cheer on and let them know that you're auntie, because they'll be expecting to see you there. Okay, that's what they're going to expect. So make sure you're there. Also, I have to mention that we did give away our first giveaway tickets to the Shrine Bowl. We in our Facebook group chat. Private. If you're female, you should get in there. You're going to join 500 plus women over there chatting it up about football. We had an opportunity to give away tickets, and we did. And we have our first winner, who is Francesca Cardoza. Round of applause for her. She won 2 tickets to the Shrine Bowl on January 30. You'll see her there, and she'll be loud and proud and representing CU Aunties. That's what I got for the Shrine Bowl. And we look forward to giving away more tickets.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, ladies, if you aren't in that group, better head over.
Yeah, like that page.
You never know what you can get.
Come on over.
So, right. Don't just come to win stuff. It's a good time. It's good vibes. We'll talk about it more later. But also outside of Travis winning the Heisman and all that, some other things he's won since then was he was named the Colorado Sports Hall of Fame College Athlete of the Year. He was also named by the Sporting News Player of the Year. Sports Illustrated named him their 2024 Breakout Star of the Year. And he also received the Capano Award of Excellence at the 2025 Polynesian Bowl. That was, I think, also last weekend or a few days ago. Also, again, shout out to Trav. Congrats to nephew.
Yay.
He deserves everything he has
and more.
He's a different. Also, congrats to Jordan and Cash for making the freshman All-American team. So the aunties got it right when they voted for who they felt like the freshmen should win because they vote for All-Americans.
He played all games, right?
Congrats to them too.
Cash stepped up.
Shout out to all the freshmen. Yes. Mm-hmm. We had a lot of freshmen step up and get some playing time, so that was really good to see. I felt like last year we got a lot of bad rep, a little bit. But this year it just showed like if you come and you do what you're supposed to do and you put in the work and stuff, you'll get your opportunity. So we had a lot of freshmen, and I think we'll see a lot more also this upcoming season from what I've been seeing. So I'm excited to see what they do. And I think we're ready for fourth quarter. So for fourth quarter, we just thought it would be fun to show a little clip of some of our favorite little celebration, like touchdowns, dances throughout the season. So we'll share that with you guys first.
Excited like watching that again.
So
to come, I don't know what to say.
Katie, did you see like at the beginning with the doggy one you were talking about? Travis celebration doggy touchdown dance. And then I saw the Heisman pose in there.
And we're gonna miss Trav.
But it definitely brought back. Yes. But we'll still get to see him on Sundays. I'm sure he'll still have some celebration dances for us. But that brought back a lot of memories from the games. So the next clip is just a clipping of us meeting some of the aunties from the women's fan club throughout the season, being out at the games. As a wrap up.
You guys are great. Y'all are
Now
awesome.
that brought back some memories.
Yeah, I know. We met some fabulous people. I'm so happy.
Yeah.
Fabulous people.
Yes. 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 We had a great time. So any special shout outs, final thoughts on 2024, our first season also?
I
as
know,
the Aunties.
and what a season it's been. It's been great.
Yeah.
I don't think I can put it all into words of, just feeling happy that I found this club and we're all together and we look forward to this season coming up. It's just been a blessing. It's been great. It's such a positive energy, and it's so much work to do that we're going to get to it. And I just look forward to, having a good time. Our merch is coming. Got some merch. This is prototype, but we got some merch coming, ladies. So hang tight in there. We are going to have some merch coming and some other things that's going to happen. So thank you to our sister fans for being loud and proud and enjoying the ride with us. Very grateful.
Yeah, I mean, huge shout out to the sister fans. I feel like I've met so many incredible people, and the uncles, of course, too.
Yes.
And I think that there's just like this deeper spiritual prayer and faith that's been happening, and I've been just so blessed to witness within the team. Obviously, Coach Prime has a deep faith, and I've really enjoyed witnessing that part and, actually bringing my own faith and prayer for safety and health over this team. I know many of the aunties, are always shouting out the prayers to the team. And that's just been a really beautiful unspoken part that I've enjoyed witnessing. As far as just shout outs, I really want to give a shout out to Constance Schwartz Marini. I didn't know much about her prior to, connecting with the CU Aunties and reading more about Coach Prime, and just the powerful woman that she is, the mover. I was watching a clip and she recognizes the CU Aunties, and really grateful for that. There's just so many people that have been supportive, and she's one that comes to mind that's really making things happen on and off the field. So I just feel lucky and grateful.
Yeah, I agree with both of you said. I'm very thankful and appreciative for all the love and support that we've received, like from the people that was rocking with us at the beginning when it was just 25 members to all the 500 members that we're at now. All the fellas that show us love. We've came in contact with a lot, whether in person or behind the scenes, with a lot of other CU content creators, and they've always shown us nothing but love and support. There's always been good vibes and networking and stuff. We've met a lot of great people along the way. I'm sure we're going to meet plenty more. I think this was our first season, but it was like our learning season, because it was a lot of ours first time, like going out to Boulder and stuff like that. So now we know like what to expect. And, like you kind of mentioned earlier, Kay, we got a lot of things coming. We got a lot of things in the works. So I think like the women in the fan club, I enjoyed meeting them because that's another part of it. And that's what it's about. Like, a lot of women want to go to the games, but they might not want to go by themselves. So, you can always meet up with other people that's going to go to the game and make a weekend of it. They were like, what are we doing today? What are we doing tomorrow? So it was just like, that was a lot of fun.
You guys are making us work, and we're gonna deliver. Hopefully, we're gonna deliver this season and have some good time. And the merch is coming, so stop it. Stop it.
Yes, it's coming.
Official CU Aunties merch.
But yeah, it's just been great. Even like, getting to meet all you guys and getting to know you guys and working together. And like, it's just crazy how we all got put in the same place and what we formed from it. Like, we all started from just a CU supportive group chat, and look at us now.
Look at it.
And it's a lot of work because we're all over, but we been doing the best, making the most of it, and I'm just excited to see what 2025 brings us.
Yeah.
Absolutely. As far as
following us on the platform,
you can follow us. Yeah, you can follow us across all the platforms. We're on Instagram, X, Facebook, TikTok, Snapchat, and Twitch. So yes, if you're into gaming, we have an auntie over there. Go check out Auntie Smiley and show her some love when you see her on. And as we mentioned earlier, we also have a private women's fan club group page on Facebook. It's for us to talk ball and everything in between. It's a real positive atmosphere. All the ladies are so welcoming. But as we mentioned, it's just a great way to connect with other women that love CU, love the nephew. And if you want to be able to meet up with other people also attending the game because you're going out by yourself, that's a great way to stay connected. If we have auntie meetups and events, oftentimes it's posted there and on our website. Speaking of the website, Kay, you want to let them know about the website?
Absolutely. Make sure you join CU Aunties. Go to CU Aunties and make sure you join our membership club. It is free. You need to join the membership because you are on our email list. You may get first dibs at things that other people may not. You have to be a member. So you want to go to cuaunties.com, join our membership. It is free, and get on there, and hopefully we can get you guys some perks and you can be free to offer because everybody can't go. Sometimes everybody can't sit in those seats we're going to sit in. So you're going to want to make sure you're off, not just on the social media pages, but involved in that membership clubs, and join the website, fill it out. Okay. So cuaunties.com, join it. And we're also leveling up, ladies, all the fabulous ladies out there that want to partner with us. We're also leveling up for a sponsorship. So if you want to help grow this business and be a part of this business with us and, join this wonderful movement of womanhood, sisterhood that we got going on here, check out our emails that's coming, or you can contact us directly at cuauntie@gmail.com and let us know that you're interested. Your names could be here or down here, either or. So hit us up. Let's partner and work together.
Yeah, and just in closing remarks, we really want to say thank you. Thank you for everyone for stopping by, everybody we're meeting along the way, for tuning in and supporting. And really, on behalf of all of us at the admin at CU Aunties, we appreciate you. Thank you for your love, your support, and most importantly, this is all about us having fun and supporting our nephews. The big thing, for sure, like, subscribe, and join us next week for another great episode with Auntie Nisha and Auntie T. And as our nephew, Jalen, would say, stay overly blessed and football obsessed. Go Buffs.
Go Buffs.
Go Buffs.